Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Notre Dame's offense will start this game off with the football. These guys played a terrific game a year ago, final Saturday of the regular season. Close through halftime, tied at 14. But the Fighting Irish showed why they were bound for the national championship game and took home the coveted weapon of Gaelic combat in capturing the shillelagh in the second half.
They took the shillelagh. Yeah, it was 14-14 at half. It was a really good football game, and then Notre Dame's defense just takes over. They scored 14 points, 100-yard interception return, 99-yard interception return. This kind of punched their ticket, Jesse, for the college football playoffs.
And it was Notre Dame being Notre Dame. You mentioned their defense. They also ran the ball extremely well. Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, both had huge games on the ground. So able to control the football, you know, that's going to be a big key for Marcus Freeman's squad in this one with a jeweled shillelagh up for grabs.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Carr. With the catch, it's Fields. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. The Trojans offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
To the air on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lemon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Back to pass, it's Mayava. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockney's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. He'll keep it himself. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
He's in open space downfield. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Unloads quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Price. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in the football.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. On the ground, it's Love. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Now on 3rd down after that run. To the air, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
They'll go to the ground. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Pressure coming. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Finds a tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet Bruin catches plenty to give him a first down. Marcus Freeman added another chapter to the Year 3 success stories of Notre Dame coaches, taking the Irish to the national championship game, and he looks like a cornerstone coach for the future.
It was so impressive what they were able to do, bouncing back from an early season loss against Northern Illinois when everybody counted them out. He's done an outstanding job recruiting. He's got a great coaching staff. This team is built and ready to make another run.
Yeah, he's got superstar written all over him. He has the next coach to break that ceiling and win a title. Just recruiting up, belief up.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Dropping back, it's Carr. Slings it. Snagged in the middle, it's Love. Tripped up for the tackle.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Off play action. Here's a heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This one will be a 43-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Good right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Pulls it in. It's Strachan. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. That's caught. It's Fields. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. It's Carr. Throws for the tight end. He makes the catch. Good job running that route to get past the Stix because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, the jeweled shillelagh on the line, and already USC and Notre Dame has given us some impressive moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between USC and Notre Dame plays out.
He'll put toe together and get this second half started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. He'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Gives it on the option. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Man, when you go into the half when you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the Stix.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
And the Trojans, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll try the run. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. tight end finds a soft spot. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Quickly complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's locked. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on third and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Punt is on its way. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Lemon. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threads.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle with USC offenses.
Using his legs, it's Sanders. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Back to throw, it's Miami. Snags it over the middle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The short hands, it's Jordan. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll run for it on third and short. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
The Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lemon. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
And the Trojans have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense, man. Such a great situation on 1st down, gaining all that yards, almost got a 1st down, and then 2nd down and 3rd down. You just don't execute and then go backwards. This offense is stuck in reverse instead of trying to fall forward, get a 1st down, do something positive.
Got all he needed for the 1st down, and then he gets down on the slide.
Man, the option is so hard to stop, and so many bodies near the line of scrimmage on 4th and short. They run it, but just a good job by the quarterback finding space. He didn't need to pitch it. Takes it himself and gets just enough for the 1st down.
The Trojans pounded the rock to move the Stix. Now back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going to run it. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The Irish will need to move the Stix on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. To the air, it's Carr. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Makes a connection. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, and no doubt that's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Hauls it in. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Working that left side now. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Going up top again. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Calling a timeout here. You have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Dropping back. It's Carr. The short hands. It's locked. Hard-hitting tackle.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. Just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Wants to throw on first down. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Last chance coming up. Going for 6. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, defense, you need one more play. You force that incompletion, and now you've got to find a way to keep the opponent out of the end zone to force this game into overtime.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And down he goes. Had a chance to pull one out of the fire, and the defense slammed the brakes on it, and that's going to do it. Tommy Trojan rides with a sword on his belt and a jeweled shillelagh at his side after knocking off the Fighting Irish. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.